social slime, they don't matter, genocide. Sick from water, sick from air, making money, they don't care. Caesar shit, force of air, fuck them back, it's only for they bomb. They shoot, they kill, they massacre, rape, they burn the kids. No one makes countries laugh to your face, fight and die, 'cause God forgives. Selling lies and buying time, killing people next in line. Lower classes, social slide, they don't matter, genocide. Sick from water, sick from air, making money, they don't care. See the shit, force a bear, fuck them back, that's only fair. They bomb, they shoot, they kill, they massacre, rape, they burn the kids. No one leaves countries, lie to your face, fight and die, 'cause God forgives. Yeah. Coming back around again. Yeah.
Welcome to the show. I'm your host, Ron Stevens. This is Game On right here on UCY.tv. It is the 10th day of May, and we actually got some sunshine today, which is nice. A little bit warmer, not a hell of a lot warmer, but a little bit warmer. And so for the next hour, we're going to see what we can talk about. Let me check this one thing. I got a Skype today from Jules, and I didn't really get a chance to read it, so I'm going to do that right this minute. Where did that thing get to? Just bear with me while I dig this out. Where the heck did I get to? Where did she get to? Like that. Oh, here we are. Now, this is about soil security, so we'll go over and take a quick boo at that. I don't know if she talked about that on her show today or not, but I'm going to go take a quick boo at it. Oh yeah, okay. Physics.org, nanotechnology, and physics, Earth, astronomy, and space. Oh, this is quite the site. And anyways, let's go back and see what she sent me here. It says soil security just as critical as aircraft safety. Soil in the cities they serve are set to benefit from a new mix of engineering and environmental science, thanks to a 5-year fellowship. Dr. Jess Davies, lecturer in sustainability at Portland Center for Sustainability in Business at Lancaster University, has been awarded an early career fellowship from the Engineering and Physical Sciences Research Council as part of their Living with Environmental Change program to take an engineering approach to soils. Now, they've been on about this for years, but let's go see what they got to say. Dr. Davies, who started out her career in engineering studying safety critical systems for aircraft, has been researching plant soil water systems at Lancaster University for the last 6 years. She said her experience has led her to believe that we need to take a new approach to soils, one which acknowledges them as a critical infrastructure for society and our planet. She said, like we give a damn what she said, right? But we're supposed to. So anyways, here's some propaganda for you. Soils are our life support system, and they're every bit as much a safety critical system as an aircraft. Yes, indeedy. Soil system failure is a disaster for the societies they support. We only need to look at the American Dust Bowls of the 30s to see that. The only difference is that in the aircraft industry, the impacts and trail of liability for failures is obvious. Responsibility for soils and environment is much more complex and lies with us all to a greater or lesser extent. Soils are important for us all. Really? Geez, you've been studying for 6 years and you come up with soils are important to all of us. What a brilliant scientist. I hate scientists, by the way. Anyways, providing the vast majority of our food, regulating water flows, and helping mitigate floods and droughts. They are also a key player in climate change itself. Soils are a huge store of carbon, so don't scratch the soil. Okay, because if you scratch the soil, you'll release carbon. Okay, just think about eating your relatives when they die. We'll call that Soylent Green, because everything needs to be green. The soil, the earth, the air, the water, everything needs to be green. So don't scratch the soil. Don't dig a hole. Just eat Granny. She didn't say that, but they're going to get there sooner or later. Let's see. Loss of that carbon may accelerate climate change. None of this stuff ever says will, shall. It always says might, would, could be, it's possible, but they never say will. And conversely, if soil carbon storage is increased, then this may help mitigate against climate change in addition to having other benefits for the ecosystem function. Dr. Davies added, and we got to listen to Dr. Davies, don't we, boys and girls? Soils are physical infrastructure and environment that provide multiple services to society and ecosystems. But we don't have the blueprints of this infrastructure. We don't understand the resilience of this infrastructure to climate change or changing soil management. Well, I tell you what, Dr. Davies, why don't you call up the IPCC and see if you can get some of their climate modeling shit and you can rearrange it for soil modeling. What do you say, Dr. Davies? It's not all doom and gloom, though. She says understanding soils as an infrastructure also gives us an opportunity to invest in it, to enhance our environment, our food, our water, our lives. I firmly believe that trying to understand the value of soil as a critical infrastructure is a great first step towards increasing our reliance to environmental change and the sustainability and well-being of our society. I am hugely grateful to get the support of this fellowship to take this idea forward. Well, I'm not happy you got the fellowship, and I'm sure there's a gazillion other people not too damned happy that you got this fellowship. The fellowship provides 935,000 pounds, and I don't know what that is. It's probably $1.5 million, maybe 2 million now, I don't know. Over 5 years to support this research, developing new soil infrastructure simulation models. Oh yes, infrastructure simulation models and analysis that span food, water, carbon services, and to support a new network of soil managers, stakeholders, and researchers. Oh, sweet Jesus. The universities are now filling up with soil management people. She added, we need to bring together water companies, farmers, county councils, regulators, manufacturers, retailers, insurers, conservationists, landowners, agribusiness, and communities to act as a working group for soils. Now, we already know people have been thrown in jail for collecting rainwater, digging a pond in their yard. So wait till this soil management crap hits, folks. I mean, I read about this shit years and years and years ago in their own documents. But here it is. Dr. Davies will spend the first month of her fellowship on secondment at the World Business Council for Sustainable Development, which is a CO-led forum of 200 plus global corporations that works to galvanize the global business community on sustainability. Which takes us back to good old Rockefeller, who said way back in 99, something has to take place in the government. Even though the governments are already corporations, it's a little too tricky to shove through what they want to the people through government. So he says something has to take place in government, and business seems to be the obvious entity to do it. So we have 200 plus global corporations going to get in on soil management. They took away all your water coolers. They took away your water fountains. They took away everything so they could totally get control of the water industry and monetize your water and sell your water to you. We'll see what they got planned for the dirt. It's not dirt anymore, right? It's not dirt. it's soil management. And 200 corporations working to fix this problem. She will use this time to connect with global businesses that rely on soil infrastructures and have a huge influence on their futures. These are the same global companies that have poisoned your land and poisoned your water and poisoned every other damn thing and have GMO'd us into the ground, stole all the seed, put all the seed that's our seed in vaults so that we can't access them. So we're at the mercy of these wonderful corporations who want to make our lives better. The fellowship, let me see what I got here. Dr. Davis will also be working closely with the JBA Trust to understand soil infrastructure risk. JBA, in collaboration with the LEC, recently took first steps towards assessing how nature is being used to reduce floods by cataloging existing green infrastructure schemes and supporting the Environment Agency in research to identify the evidence needed to understand their benefits. This fellowship will help build an evidence base for managing soils and reducing risks while also delivering food, water, and carbon benefits. Somebody get a rope. Explore further. It says carbon stored in the world's soil is more valuable to climate change than expected. Okay, so you're going to have a climate tax if you dig a hole to plant a flower in your yard because you're going to release CO2. Okay, CO2, for anyone who doesn't understand it yet, CO2 is not a pollutant. CO2 is called a life gas. Okay? And it's a cycle, just like everything else on this planet is a cycle. Warm temperatures and cold temperatures are a cycle. Warm oceans and cold oceans are a cycle. Melting ice and freezing is a cycle. Unfortunately, these people are using it to their advantage to take control over everything on the planet. And we really need to get some rope. I love this. I've never seen this site before. I'm going to put it in the chat here. This is all about soil, carbon soil, and I already did that. Ecologist warning on Earth's imperiled soils. Tilling and soil wetters benefit local crops. Climate warming accelerating carbon loss from thawing Arctic soils. Earth's soils could play a key role in locking away greenhouse gases. Clear cutting destabilizes carbon in forest soil, studies find. Engineers discover good and bad seawater salt effects on coastal algae. And the early Earth's air weighed less than half of today's atmosphere. Now, they would really know that, wouldn't they? Study shows 4 out of 5 British people are unaware of ocean acidification. Really? 4 out of 5 British people don't work for the government in science, and they are trying to keep a roof over their head and afford their water and their hydro and their food, while you dicks are taking all of the tax money and putting it in your pocket to do your dumbass studies that are not necessary. Agriculture ammonia emissions disrupts Earth's delicate nitrogen balance, and cities flooding and rainfall extremes to rise as climate changes. Research finds clues to uncanny electrical conductivity in Earth's mantle. And that's just one page, and that's just the headlines on one page. I'm going to put that sucker. I hope everybody goes through this and just sees how ridiculous these clowns are. These so-called scientists. Did I mention I hate scientists? I think I did. I do. I hate scientists. They all be strung up. You know, Shakespeare said, first kill all the lawyers. Right? And I think coming in close second would have to be the scientists. These guys are so whack. They're whack jobs, man. Now, there's something else I want to do here. If I can find the story. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see if I can find that story quick. Anyways, the story goes like this, sort of, because I haven't found it yet. Well, here's a good story. While I'm looking for the other story. This has to do with science again. NASA has discovered, they always discovering something, except their brains. They can't ever find their brains, but they're always discovering something. Something we can pour more of your hard-earned dollars into. Apparently, NASA has discovered a record-breaking 1,284 new planets. Wow, that's pretty interesting. Yep, there they are. 1,284 new planets. Wow, that's amazing. That is absolutely amazing. Candidates found by the Kepler Space Telescope that have now confirmed that 99% certainty. Oh, well, we didn't find them. We have a 99% certainty. This is like most IPCC scientists think the water, all the ice is going to melt on the planet. This is the largest dump of new planet discoveries in history, and it more than doubles the count of confirmed planets for the Intrepid Space Telescope. On Monday, Earthlings watched as Mercury passed between our planet and the Sun, all three celestial bodies lining up in just the right way for Mercury to appear as a small black dot creeping over our bright host star. Big deal. I don't really care if they found 80 gazillion new planets, okay? It ain't important. What's important is that we are being screwed to death down here by these clowns. Let's see, as of today, NASA knows of 21 exoplanets that it considers likely to be rocky, potentially wet worlds. And based on Kepler data, our galaxy probably has more than 10 billion rocky planets that live in the habitable zones of their stars. That's a lot of Earths, he says. Wow. Before Kepler, we had no idea how common these kinds of planets might be. The fact that they seem to be run-of-the-mill is great news in search for life. The less special we are, the more likely we are to have company somewhere in the galaxy or beyond. Scientists could further explore these worlds by measuring the way their host star's light changes as it passes through the planetary atmosphere. I don't give a damn if you found 10 billion planets. The only reason I would care about if you found some planets is to take these scientists and put them on a little rocket ship to take the lawyers and the bankers and the politicians and send them off. Send them off. See if they're any more welcome on another planet. Huh? That's probably how they got here. That's probably how the lawyers and the bankers and the politicians and the priests and that landed up here in the first damn place. Probably somebody on one of these other 10 billion planets got sick and tired of the bull crap and put them in a rocket ship and sent them here. It's our turn now to send them on back. Get them off my planet. Nothing wrong with this planet. Nothing wrong with the people on this planet. But there is a big problem with all the propagandists and all the rest of that nonsense. Anyways, I'm still looking for the story. And the story I was looking for, which is very, very important actually, because it has to do with Canada and the United States and everywhere else on the planet, is that our so-called Prime Minister wants to, not wants to, he's taken $785 million. Where the hell is that story? $785 million of taxpayer money, theft again, another theft, and going to put it into his fund, into a fund to fight AIDS and TB and malaria. We don't really have any of those problems that are that bad. I don't think anybody in Canada suffers from malaria. The TB cases would be extremely small, and I don't think the AIDS numbers are all that high, but he's putting in $785 million to help on this problem. Now, the only problem with it is I was sent, I think D. Light, who ventures into our chat every now and again, and I appreciate this very much. Let's see if I can get this. Oh, Jesus, now I got to find the fund. Shit. How far back am I going to have to go for that? I was going through this. Shoot. Oh, let me see if I can dig it out this way. Anyways, so she sends me this thing called Muckety. I saw it quite a while ago, and I forgot all about it. So I want to thank Dee for sending it to me again. This is an amazing, amazing little game here we got going on. So there's $785 million going out to a fund. Now, if I can find a fund, it's not showing up here. Son of a gun. Damn it! I gotta go find this story. Let me try it here. I got the story somewhere. No, what's going on here? I need that story so I can find the name of the fund. If somebody's got the name of the fund, stick it in. Well, let me see if I can search it out here. $785 million. See if I can dig that out. Oh, here we go. Now, this is the... I got to find out what trust this is. Because I'm going to make an announcement tonight. Where the hell is that? Name of that? Okay, the Global Fund. Is that what it was called? Anyways, I am making an announcement tonight that Hillary Clinton is going to win the election. Now, probably most of you already know it. Probably most of you don't want to know it. Here we go. The Global Fund to fight AIDS, tuberculosis, and malaria. Now, this is a brilliant thing. So Trudeau is putting in $785 million of Canadian dollars of taxpayers' money, and it goes to the Global Fund to fight AIDS, tuberculosis, and malaria. And where is that money going to? Why, it funds the Bill and Hillary Bill, Hillary, and Chelsea Clinton Foundation. Now, what the hell is the money coming out of Canadian taxpayers' pockets to fight AIDS, tuberculosis, and malaria ending up? How is that the Global Fund funding the Clinton Foundation? Now, when you, I'm going to put, I don't know how many people have been to this, what do you call it, Muckety. This is freaking brilliant, this thing, because I'll tell you, if you haven't used it before, the best way I've found to use it is like you can when there's a box here, you'll see a little grid up there. If you see a little grid in the corner of the name of the person and or the other foundations, you can click on it. But what it does is it expands like hell, and it fills up your window, right? Because it goes over top of the other stuff. So the best way to do that is just simply right click on it, and a drop down comes, and it says information on the Bill, Hillary, and Chelsea Clinton Foundation. Now, we know from the using this that Trump funded Hillary Clinton. Why would Trump be funding Hillary Clinton? Now, when you go through, this is just an amazing thing. You could spend days, weeks, months at this thing. But what this does is it shows you the setup and all the different funds and all the different directors. You can put in the Rothschilds, and it'll bring up the Rothschilds. You can put in the Rockefellers, right? And they're completely tied to the Rothschilds. They're funding each other. So what you have is you have this circle jerk, if you will, of all of these foundations and all of these directors that were in government in the past. You see, people think when people are out of government, they just disappear. These people just keep popping up. But what irritates me is all of this money that ends up going to let me do this. Where is that? Okay, so here Trudeau is printing. He has pledged all of this money, your money, because he ain't got none. Not the government side of it anyways. They got debt, which we're on the hook for, which we should be very disgusted about. So he's going to pledge $785 million. So he pledges it. It's supposed to go and fight these diseases. Now I got to find that again. So we go and we find the Global Fund to fight AIDS, tuberculosis, and malaria, and there's an arrow going from the fund straight up to the Bill and Hillary Clinton. It seems like everybody on the planet is funding Bill and Hillary Clinton, or at least the Clintons, and their many foundations, which really sucks. So with that information, I am predicting that Hillary Clinton, a lot of people are saying, well, they're going to indict her in that. No, I don't think so. Once you play with this a little bit and you get some of these connections going, I think you will find that Bill and Hillary Clinton, or at least their fund, is very, very healthy, and there's an awful lot of people putting cash in, very important people, and these are very, very rich people. So here we have one of the guys, Eric B. Gooseby, and I don't know who he is, but he is. He's the AIDS czar. Okay, he's the AIDS czar for Barack Obama administration. And then you have the Panagy Global AIDS Foundation, of which he's the CEO, Chief Medical Officer, Interventional AIDS, in which he's a director, Global Fund, of which he's a board member, and the Bill Hillary Chelsea Clinton Foundation, of which he is a director. So you back up and you go to the next one. And what's this guy about? This guy is attached to the World Bank. He's a VP at the World Bank and also a board member of the Global Fund to Fight the AIDS. Now, what I'm trying to get at here is there's $785 million being spent out to these guys. Now, yeah, you also have the Albert and Mary Lasker Foundation, and they, let's see, they're attached to a whole pile of stuff here, and but I'm not going to worry about them right now. So what you end up with is all of this money that gets put into these programs. And we all know that most of the money that gets put into these programs never really gets down to the ground to help the actual people that it needs to help. What all of this taxpayer funds goes, and this global fund is a perfect example, $785 million over 3 years. And some of it's going over to, and I don't know how much of it's going over to the Hillary Clinton Foundation. But as you go through these so-called maps, it's like a big spider's web. And the same people seem to be being funded or funding each other and all of this stuff. But then you say, where's all that money coming from? Well, it goes into a fund just like this one. They pull $785 million out of the taxpayer's pocket, put it in this fund, and it starts getting distributed. Okay? Because all of the people attached have to get a paycheck. Right? They need to get a paycheck. So what we're doing is getting ripped off royally. But I'm quite confident at this point to say that this Ernest Levinson or whatever his name is, he's a director of global health policy and advocacy for the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. And he's also a board member of the Global Fund to Fight AIDS. Well, we know that Bill and Melinda Gates, with their vaccines, are trying to kill everybody. And over here, we got the Global Fund he's a board member on, fighting AIDS, tuberculosis, and malaria. Now, is Ernest an idiot or what? How can you be a director over here on the eugenics program over at the Gates Foundation and be a board member over here that's trying to save people? Well, that's just smelly. And all of these guys are getting paychecks. And this is a very tiny little thing that I put up here. So we got this guy, Rajat K. Gupta, and he's attached to what? The New Silk Road Partners, the World Economic Forum, Procter & Gamble, the Cornell Medical College, Indian School of Business, American Indian Foundation, the United Nations, the Rockefeller Foundation, American Airlines Group, the Lauder Institute, Global AIDS Fund, White House State Dinner, U.S. India Business Council, American Museum of Natural History, Millennium Promise, Goldman Sachs. This is what we're dealing with here. But the general public, they don't deal with this at all. You know, they're watching American Idol or some dumbass thing. Or, you know, they're caught up in this Trump Clinton, Bernie situation. Those aren't the power brokers. Those aren't the people that run the show. The people that run the show you're going to find over here on McAtee. That's what you're going to find over here. And then as you push on each one of these things, see, Raja here is a special advisor on UN management reform. He is a co-chair of the American India Foundation. What has he got to do with Goldman Sachs? He's a director. World Economic Forum, Foundation board member. And so it goes, right? So, in the Rockefeller Foundation, he's a trustee. So that's just one guy attached to this big circle of stuff. And where are they getting all their money from? It's being pulled out of the people's pockets for this research project or that research program. And we're being ripped right off while we do this. So this Mark Dybul, he is a trustee for the Woodrow Wilson International Center of Scholars. He's a director for Malaria No More, the Elizabeth Glass Pediatric AIDS Foundation. He's a director, Georgetown University, co-director of Global Health Law Center, Global Fund for AIDS, and the U.S. Department of State's. He is a coordinator for that. These people are really busy. Most of us have a job, right? But these guys are connected to everything. And okay, this other person here, Regina Bobinich, is attached to the Bill and Gates Foundation as well. Another director for infectious diseases. So on the one side he wants to kill people, on the other side he says he wants to help people. And that's just a little example of what the hell's going on out there. It's absolutely phenomenal. And I would there's lots of information in here, man. It's brilliant. So if we put up Donald Trump, good old Donald. Let's see, put up Donald. Where's my fingers? What do we get out of Donald? Put up Donald Trump in this thing. What are we going to find out? Donald Trump. We got Donald Trump Jr., Donald Trump the third. Let's go Donald Trump. Hit the Mackety map. And he scores 99. Donald Trump's score is based on 38 connections to others in the Mackety database. And it's quite a connection. But over here, what's this? Police Athletic League in New York. And somewhere in here, I saw that. Oh, here it is. Bill and Hillary Clinton. Bill, Hillary, and Chelsea Clinton Foundation attached to Donald Trump, and it says that Donald Trump is a funder. Well, isn't that interesting? And he's attached to a whole swack of people, and makes you kind of wonder about the whole idea of Congressional Leadership Fund. He's a contributor. It just kind of makes you wonder. I imagine if I put in Bernie Sanders, I'm not going to come up with much. But let's see if we can get Bernie. I spelled his name right. Oh, we do got Bernie Sanders, Bernard Sanders. 2016 presidential campaign. Well, let's just look at Bernie Sanders. Forget about his campaign and see who Bernie's attached to. 97. He's got a 97. Way to go, Bernie. And Bernie is attached to the financial markets bailout. Voted against it. Member of the Joint Economic Committee. I don't know who Jane Sanders, his spouse. Member of the Congressional Progressive Caucus. He's basically, let's see, Senate Committee On Energy and Natural Resources, Senate Committee on Public Works, Senate Committee on Health, Education, Labor, and Pensions. Let's go up here and look at this Committee on Information about. Let's see what we got here if anything comes up. Let's see. There's a whole bunch of names here. I don't recognize any of them. Committee on Chairman. Okay, let's see who Lisa is attached to. Oh, quite a bit. The Waterfall Foundation. Health, Education, Labor. Same thing. That seems to be all Democrat stuff. Let's see. Staff Director, Council, Majority Council, Staff, Special Counsel. Geez, I must say, these Democrats seem rather boring. Let's see what else we got here. But you can really, I mean, it's wild. I mean, you put in Rothschild, you get the Rothschild stuff, and all of this kind of nonsense. This is basically just what I'm looking at now. Seems to be all government crap, which isn't that interesting, really. But yeah, so Bernie, well, he's attached to a lot of stuff here too. So, but I don't think Bernie is going to get in. And I don't think Trump's going to get in. When you look at let's see, we'll just put in Hillary Clinton. I understand. I heard somebody tell me she's a liar. Now, I don't know if that's true or not. I'm just kidding. Of course, she's a freaking liar. But she is attached to so much stuff. Holy crap. Yeah, you might want to go through some of these things. But if you put in, she's funded, they're funded by I think the Rothschilds and the Rockefellers and more damn companies and things that you can look at. So you play with that. Just have fun with it because it's going to make you want to puke. The fact that most people have no idea what these people are up to. And, you go down through here, Hillary Rodham Clinton, multimillionaire, areas of interest, diplomacy, politics and government, nonprofits, media, education. That's another thing you can find out in this thing is all of the media. Once you get into the media and what it's all connected to, then you know for a fact, and everybody listens to this show knows for a fact that the media is completely controlled. But once you get in and start punching media into the search engine and to see what all this is connected to, it's very obvious that whoever wins the election, the media already knows, because they have a big deal in promoting it. But to say that you're going to get a vote, to say that the elections are honest, and people obviously don't understand what these elections are all about. right? Both sides are controlled. Both sides are decided upon. All candidates are vetted. And all of these candidates are attached to all of these other companies and all of these other foundations, and they're obligated to do as they're told, because if they don't, I can hear the conversation. You just do as you're told, or we're going to, slew you both or slay you both in the media, and then we're going to bankrupt your ass. You want to be living on food stamps somewhere? You just do as you're told. That's what these people do. They do as they're told. It's really pathetic. And then you got the George Soroses and that. You can punch them in, I find, maybe other people don't get as much of a kick out of this as I do, but this is absolutely freaking a good time going through this stuff. You have good old George Soros. He scores a 99. He's attached to damn near everything. And World Economic Forum, Barack Obama Inaugural Committee, Bretton Woods, World Economic Forum, America Coming Together, Institute for New Economic Thinking. I mean, it just goes on and frickin' on and on and on. Refugees International. You wonder where all your refugees are coming from? Let's go look and see what's attached to Refugees International. I don't know. Well, the Refugees International, the Foundation to Promote Open Society is a funder of it. And I don't have time to go through all of these different names, but each of these names that you open up is like open up a party mix or something, each handful is a whole new ball game. And punch in whoever you want. We got to out these people. We got to get all of these things out to the general public somehow. The Breakthrough Energy Coalition, have no idea who they are. But all you got to do is click on it. And Mark Zuckerberg is George Soros. So Mark Zuckerberg is a member. I don't know who Mark Zuckerberg is, but it's as simple as clicking. He scores a 97. So the Social Network, the World Economic Forum, Giving Pledge, Startup Education, Breakthrough Energy Coalition, Silicon Valley Community Foundation, and so on and so forth, and Facebook. Okay. Mark Zuckerberg is Facebook. That's how much attention I pay to these people. Let's see, information about Facebook. Whoa, yowzer. There's some serious connections. Fierce government relations, GMG lifestyle. Let's see, lots of lawyers in here. Center for American Progress. Lots of lawyers, man. Friend feed, whatever that is. So this is how our lives are being strangled, right? When they call it the web, when you start punching names into this and opening them up and you see the spider's web that comes up in front of you, yeah, it's the web, all right. It's the web to choke everybody else on the planet, is what that's about. Think tanks. Who are these think tanks? Information about think tanks. 90 think tanks. Oh, wait a minute. Let's open up again. Information about think tanks. Let's see what we get there. Okay, that doesn't open up anymore. So click on, whoa, Yoser. Okay, this one I'm going to stick in. This is under think tanks. And I'm going to stuff this one in here. Because, yeah, we all need a pension, friend. We all need a pension. But that's coming, right? It's coming. You don't need a pension because this spider web of psychopaths is going to control everything on the planet. And they're going to give us adequate everything, right? So this is some think tanks that you start clicking on these puppies, man. You're going to be there a while. Yeah, you're going to be there a very long while. And all of these people are funding through each other, and they're all working to destroy your lives. Council on Foreign Relations. I don't know what this Earth Institute thing is here. But you know, one thing that's very, very, Millennium Village projects, there's a Bill and Melinda Gates again. I'm sure they're the funder, yeah. They're one of the big funders. And so you have Bill and Melinda Gates funding the Earth Institute, and the Earth Institute is funding the Millennium Village projects, and also funding the think tanks, and then you have a bunch of names. Oh, there's George Soros, advisory board member, J.D. Sachs, director, and you can open up each of those names, and you get a whole bunch more stuff, yeah, it's just a wonderful, wonderful situation. They have a think tank for everything, and everybody's attached in these think tanks. I'm sure you'll find lots of old politicians, like what the hell, Middle East Policy Council, Institute for Defense, Carnegie, Foreign Policy Research Institute, Center on... Instead of these guys, there's the Pew Research Center, instead of all of these people working to better your place in America, these are all internationalists, okay? These are guys that want to get rid of, there's a Woodrow Wilson. I mean, he brought us the Fed, he brought us World War I, he tried to get us into the League of Nations, and then that didn't work, so we had World War II. All of these things are internationalists. Their job is to destroy the nation state. Okay, there's the Carter Center. What's the Carter Center? Is it Jimmy? Bill and Melinda Gates funds the Carter Center. The Krabby Beach Foundation funds the Carter Center. And so on and so forth. The Masmo Foundation, I don't know who that is. But these are all the things that the average person is not privy to. You don't read about all this crap in the newspaper. You don't hear about this on the TV. And see, here's another one. Okay, this Masimo Foundation, which funds the Carter Center, also funds again the Bill, Hillary, and Chelsea Clinton Foundation. It doesn't seem basically where you go if that Bill, Hillary, and Chelsea Clinton Foundation, the only time I've seen that foundation funding anything is when it's funding one of its own foundations. Other than that, every other connection I've ever seen to the Bill, Hillary, and Clinton Foundation is being funded by these other foundations. That's why I feel pretty confident in saying that whether you like it, whether I like it, whether the world in general likes it, I'm feeling pretty confident that your new president of the United States is going to be Hillary Clinton. And I'm sure that will make the average person want to puke. It makes me want to puke, right? But I think if you hang around and play in this thing a little bit, you will find that there's George Soros. So NPR is a benefactor. There benefits from George Soros. And then we have the Walton family, which is off of this NPR, which funds it. And the Walton, so we have the rocket ship education coming off the Walton Family Foundation. And who did they fund? Who did the Walton family fund? Everybody. I mean, these are all things that were funded at one time or another by the Walton Family Foundation, and they fund the Bill, Hillary, Chelsea Clinton Foundation. Okay, so the New Teacher Project, I mean, the Environmental Defense Fund. These are all funds, these are all organizations of an international UN globalist thought process that are being funded. And none of it is good for you or your family or anybody else. So we really got to pound this stuff out, get it out, play with it, enjoy it, and just Now, did I see this? Okay, I did see this earlier today, that the new Muslim mayor had some kind of bad words for Donald Trump. But then I see Trump recently praised the guy for winning London's mayoral race, and said he would be willing to create an exception in his policy restricting Muslim entering the United States in order to allow Khan to visit. But in a statement Tuesday, Khan dismissed Trump's invitation and also denounced his views on Islam as ignorant, suggesting Trump's policies would increase the terrorist threat in both the U.S. and the UK. So there you go. Expect Hillary Rodham Clinton to be your next prime minister of the United States. I can't see any other outcome at this point. And it really doesn't matter, because if Donald did get in, I can't see Bernie getting in. He has no personality or not. And but if Trump does get in, it ain't going to be a happy ride for those that voted for him anyways. I mean, Trump is about Trump. Trump is always about Trump. Trump's important to Trump. Not so. Anyways, play with that McAfee or whatever it was I put in there, and just have a fool around there. Take care of
Fuck them back, it's only for they bomb, they shoot, they kill, they massacre, rape, they burn the kids. No one makes countries laugh to your face.